I am the Lonely Necron, and welcome to my basement. So for today's experience, the eldar farseer has kind of had like a little vision skein of the true thingy world revealed to him, and so he has decided to lead a warband off to fight the minions of She Who Thirsts, and to try and get some sort of future advantage thing. For the chaos side, they were just having a good day, hanging out in their little portion of the warp. Just, I don't know, playing basketball with the corpses of Tzeentch followers or something. But then these really tasty Eldar popped in and said, hey, we want to play too, so they're going to fight. This is my Transcendent Catan. I don't really use them as often as I should. I got them back in 8th edition where Transcendent Catan were heavy support. And when I got them, I was finally able to make a brigade detachment, so I was super, super happy. But you know, they came out with the Void Dragon, so I tend to use him more often. So this is the iteration of the warp that the Slaanesh demons are occupying today. It should be a good time. Let's go take a look at the armies. This is the warband that the Farseer is leading today. We have a Farseer. He knows Executioner and Fortune. He also has 2 Warlocks. One knows Enhance and the other one knows Protect. Normally I divide them up and forget which is which, so today they're just going to stick together. Not as a conclave, but just as individual Warlocks that like to hang out. We have 2 Dire Avenger squads, 2 groups of 5. A group of 5 Wraithblades. A Wraith Lord with a Bright Lance, an Eldari Missile Launcher, and a Ghost Glaive. A 10-man squad of Guardian Defenders with a heavy weapon platform thingy. And my Wraith Knight that I should have put a Scatter Shield on. Instead, he's got a Sun Cannon, a Heavy Wraith Cannon, a Star Cannon, and a Shuriken Cannon. So yep, I'm rooting for these guys. So the Eldar have interrupted these demons' playtime. So we've got 2 groups of 10 demonettes, a group of 5 seekers. It looks like just a regular seeker chariot, but I swear one of these days it will indeed be an exalted seeker chariot. 2 demon princes of Slaanesh, one with the demonic axe, the other with the demonic sword. They both know Smite and the Pavane of Slaanesh. And then my Shalaxi Hellbane that I'm still trying to finish painting. It knows Smite, the Pavane of Slaanesh, and the Cacophonic Choir. So these guys are going to try and put the hurting on the Eldar. So I'm going to roll for deployment, set these guys up, and we'll start the good times. So the Eldar have deployed over in this corner here. Wraith Knight in the back, Dire Avengers on the front on the left. Warlocks just behind the Avengers. Wraith Blades in the front and the center. The Guardian Defenders behind them. Farseer also in the back with the Wraith Knight, and then the Wraith Lords kind of there on the far right for that left flank area. So Slaanesh ended up on the opposite side of them. Demon Princes on either side with Shalaxi in the back. The Seeker Chariot and the Seekers in the middle with the Demonettes on either side of them. Slaanesh failed to steal, so we'll start with round 1, Eldar movement. Okay, so the blue tidal wave is starting its approach on the purple tidal wave. Pretty much all the Eldar, except for the Wraith Knight and the Wraith Lord, advanced forward. Everybody got pretty far. Nobody's really close enough to do any sort of psychic thing for benefit or damage. So, Eldar shooting. The Wraith Knight's the only person within range, and he only has 1 gun that is. We'll do the Eldar shooting. So, using the Sun Cannon, the Wraith Knight shot at this close Demon Prince and did a couple points of damage to it. I'm sure I say every game where I play against Slaanesh where I complain about the lack of AP usage against demons now. They just have flat invulnerable saves, which kinda sucks. But here we are. He only took 2 damage. Nobody is close enough for a charge, so that goes over to Slaanesh's turn. So, movement for Slaanesh. Everybody in the Slaanesh army advanced forward. But yeah, pretty much most of them made it to the center of the board. The Demon Prince over here made it mostly around this side of the thing. The other set of demonettes is trying to follow up behind this Demon Prince. And the other demonettes and Shalaxi, they all made it pretty far. After some measurement, this Demon Prince is the only one that can do any sort of psychic thing, and he's going to try and smite the completely painted on the far right Dire Avenger squad right there. So he managed to successfully smite 2 of the Dire Avengers. So unfortunately, there's nobody within shooting range, and they're too far away to charge. So that's pretty much their turn. So it goes to the eldar for round 2, turn 1. They're pretty much, yeah, they need to do a whole lot of damage this turn, otherwise they're about to get run over. Eldar movement. Most of these guys pretty much just actually stayed put. The Wraithblades moved up, the Guardian Defenders moved on the other side of the rock, the Farseer got on top of the rock. The Warlocks just got a little bit closer to the Dire Avengers. The Wraith Lord and the Wraith Knight did not move. The Dire Avengers didn't move. We're definitely in range for some psychic powers now, though. So, Eldar Psychic phase. It's always so weird. I'm so used to D&D with the psychic thing. So, for 40k with this Psyker, it's just strange. So, one of these Warlocks cast Protect on the full unit of Dire Avengers, giving them a +1 to their saving throw. And then the other Warlock smote this Demon Prince, who failed to deny it, so he took 1 point of damage. The Farseer failed to manifest Executioner, but he did manifest Fortune on the Wraithblades, giving them a 5-up Ignore Wounds until the next Psychic phase. That'll help, I think. So that'll take us into the Eldar shooting phase. This is going to be a long phase for me for rolling. There's a whole lot of shooting coming. The Guardian Defenders and the Wraith Lord killed 1.5 Seekers. And then the Dire Avengers did a little bit of damage to the Demon Prince that used to be here. The Wraith Knight finished off the Demon Prince and killed the half a Seeker that was remaining over here. Charge phase will be the Wraithblades charging into the Seekers. It's a really long charge, but they don't have guns on their side, so it's worth it. It's worth a shot anyway, so. Alright, well yeah, they didn't make the 11-inch charge, so. No real morale, so that makes it Slaanesh's turn. Movement for these guys. All of Slaanesh has moved forward to really take the fight to the really tasty Eldar. The Demonettes advanced. They're the slowest units in the army, and they're still all the way back there. But everybody else is super, super close. So we'll do definitely some psychic awesomeness. That was super crazy. The remaining demon prince did cast the Pavane of Slaanesh, which killed. The farseer was unable to deny it, and it killed off. It did the maximum. It killed off 6 of the guardian defenders. Shaloxi failed to manifest the cacophonic choir, but it was able to manifest the Pavane of Slaanesh, which also was not denied, but it only killed off 1 dire avenger out of the group on the left. Shooting phase. Pretty sure that Shaloxi and the Exalted Secret Chariot here are the only 2 with weapons that can shoot. I'm not entirely sure how a living whip qualifies as a shooting weapon. Maybe it's just the D&D in me, but a whip seems like a melee weapon, but either way, Shaloxi used its living whip as its shooting weapon and killed off the bigger group of dire avengers. It's too far away for the Secret Chariot thing. It's only at a 6-inch range on its whip. Shaking my head vigorously over here. Charging phase. This is going to be a big round. So the Demon Prince and the Demon Prince is going to charge into the remnants of the Guardian Defenders that it smote. The Seekers are going to charge into the Wraithblades that tried to charge into them. Shaloxi is going to probably just multi-charge everything that's over here. And the Secret Chariot thing is probably just going to try and charge the Dire Avengers. That was super ridiculous. The Exalted Secret Chariot did not make it in. The other 3 did. Shaloxi managed to kill off both Warlocks and the Dire Avengers. The Seekers did a couple points of damage to a Wraithblade, but they all died. And the Demon Prince killed off all of the Guardian Defenders. So yeah, that was super crazy. So yeah, that makes it the eldar turn. So it's just Wraith units and a farseer now. Still got faith, but my faith is waning. I don't know. Movement. The Wraith Lord and Wraith Knight are just going to stay where they are. The Wraith Blades have kind of moved up into this little shield kind of formation kind of thing. The Farseer has just kind of moved into the center of them. So we'll do the Farseer's Psyker phase. So the Farseer gets Fortune off on these Wraith Blades, giving them the 5-up wound ignoring. And then Executioner on these Demonettes, killing 3 of them. So then the Eldar shooting phase. The Wraith Knight did 8 damage total to Shaloxi Hellbane. And the Wraith Lord did 1 point of damage to the Demon Prince. Charge phase. Yeah, the Wraith Blades are definitely going to charge into the Demon Prince. And the Farseer is probably going to charge into the Demonette. So the Wraith Blades and the Farseer made their charges. The Farseer killed 2 Demonettes and then took 3 damage in return. The Wraith Blades did a decent amount of damage to the Demon Prince, but also lost 2 dudes. And it took some damage. Rolled morale for the Demonettes, and they didn't run, but they didn't get any back. So then that'll take us on over to Slaanesh's turn. For Slaanesh movement, all that really happened was the Exalted Secret Chariot just moved up and around the rock and Shaloxi. And the other group of Demonettes has finally made it close enough to the battle to maybe perhaps participate. So the Psychic phase. This Demon Prince failed to manifest Smite. Shaloxi managed to manifest Smite, but it was the Big Perils Smite. So, point of damage to Shaloxi, 3 points of damage to the Wraith Knight. and then failed to manifest the Pavane of Slaanesh. Shooting phase, yeah, with a whip. So I know that like the flamers, I think it is, that has the 8-inch range for but it's an actual gun. So the whip weapon for the Exalted Secret Chariot is only a 6-inch range. And it's, just a happy little assault weapon, but either way, so the Living Whip from Shilaxi did a couple points of damage to the Wraith Knight. Charge phase, that'll be Shilaxi and the Exalted Secret Chariot into the Wraith Knight here. These Demonettes are going to go ahead and charge into the Wraith Blades over here. The Demon Prince and the other Demonettes are already in combat. Good times. This could be close to the death knell of the Eldar. I don't know. We'll see. Everybody made their charge distance. The Demonettes did a little bit of damage to the Wraith Blades, but the Demon Prince killed them off. Yeah, these Demonettes did kill off the Farseer. And while Shilaxi did about 15 points of damage to the Wraith Knight, the Secret Chariot knocked it out, destroyed it. So it's just the Wraith Lord all alone. It is his turn. He's not going to move. He's just going to shoot everything he has. Bright Lance into the Demon Prince, and I guess the missile launcher into the Demonettes. That sounds fun. So the Wraith Lord missed the Demon Prince and killed one of the Demonettes. And now he's going to charge into the Demon Prince. That was the most surprising roll I think I've ever dealt with in a while. So yeah, the Wraith Lord managed to kill the Demon Prince. That was super amazing. Yeah, so it's Slaanesh's turn now though, so movement. The remaining Slaanesh forces have just moved closer to encircle the Wraith Lord. It's definitely going to get shot at. It's definitely going to get charged. But first, it's going to try and survive some smites. No, I guess just one smiting. Psychic phase. Shilaxi successfully smote the Wraith Lord for 3 points of damage and manifested the Cacophonic Choir, but failed to get higher than the Wraith Lord's leadership to do any damage. So the shooting phase, the Exalted Secret Chariot, I believe, is finally within the 6 inches, so both it and Shilaxi can shoot. Shilaxi does 2 points of damage to the Wraith Lord with its Living Whip. The Exalted Secret Chariot is 2 inches out of range, so if it was a flamer, it would at least have hit. Yeah, so everybody's going to charge into the Wraith Lord. We'll start with the Demonettes first. The Wraith Lord killed 2 Demonettes on Overwatch, and then everyone else made it in. Yeah, the Demonettes did almost no damage to it at all, but then Shilaxi just pretty much killed it. So yeah, the Eldar came and they saw, and they did not conquer. She who thirsts is not as thirsty today. Slaanesh wins. So yeah, that was kind of a surprise ending. I was not expecting Slaanesh to win, but then again, with the demon save new rule things and the lack of invulnerable, how all of their saves are invulnerable saves. I think I talked about this the last time I played Slaanesh, about how the demons are just really hard to beat now, or at least hard to beat with the stuff that I have. If you made it to the end of the video, I do appreciate you watching. If you're one of my subscribers, I definitely appreciate that. I don't really ask for subscribers or likes. It's not my ideal way of doing things. I figure if you want to subscribe to me, you will, and if you don't want to, that's fine too. I'm not going to ask for it. I will ask it though. Originally I had started this channel because the kind of content that I create, I couldn't find anywhere else. So my question to you as the viewer is there any content that you guys are looking for that you haven't been able to find that you would like to see. Because I'm down for trying just about any sort of experiment. Having a camera is probably not the best thing for a guy that has extra time and a decent amount of Warhammer stuff to play with, but here we are. So yeah, if you guys have anything that you haven't been able to find and would like to see, or I don't know, things that you have thought about yourselves but just haven't had the ability to do or whatever. I do have a big table. I do have a lot of terrain. So yeah, just let me know if you guys have any ideas. Otherwise, thanks again for watching and have a good morning. Well, it's like 4 in the morning here, so either way, thanks again.